what's going on. That was funny.
And that was not me, by the way.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, and we weren't even going fast.
That's true. He was just on a very windy road.
We were on a windy road. I think we were heading over to where the cars were going to parade through. Was this in Lisbon, Portugal, I think?
This was Barcelona.
Barcelona, yep, okay. Before Lisbon even.
It was, and Robbie, what was the best part about this is you were snickering as she was over there blowing up her lunch.
Well, I had to be careful because, if I see someone throw up, I'll throw up too. So I'll join in on the party. And, I was snickering because you have to snicker or else I'll convince myself to throw up as well with her. But let's get on to more important things.
Real quick, though.
You guys have been to the Dakar with us before, and that was cool. I think that was was that the very first year I raced the Dakar, wasn't it?
Gosh, was it the first or second?
It was 2005, January 2005.
So I'd be driving the Volkswagen then, so that was my very first Dakar.
Man, that's incredible.
Yep, so you guys came to the first Dakar with us, and it's scary that this many years have come by already, and we haven't won it. We've won specials, we've led the rally a few times, but I think this year, we're probably better prepared than we've ever been before, and I would say the toughest competition we've ever had in the rally is no longer there. So, not that there isn't fast cars in the rally, but the Volkswagen team obviously was a dominant force to be reckoned with.
Robby Gordon joins us here in the Speed Freaks pits. Statman, go ahead.
Robby, you've got a very important driver, the guy, in fact, who won it last year, Nasser Al-Attiyah, who's going to be with you in your Hummers this year.
We've got a good team. We've got Nasser and Lucas. Both those guys have won the Dakar before. Lucas won riding with Carlos Sainz as a navigator. Nasser obviously won last year. So these are guys that know how to win. I've won specials, but we haven't won the rally yet. So their experience is only going to help our team. And then from my side, I'm really excited about my navigator. I think it's probably one of the best opportunities we've had. Not that the other guys were bad in any way, shape, or form, but to have Johnny Campbell sitting in the seat with us is a compliment.
So sometimes, Robby Gordon, you do find one team or the other, if sometimes you may have to stop and help the other guy out because you're in such way back, so far strange places. It's there. I'm trying to get around how to ask Robby Gordon this. Are you going to be the second car to Nasser Al-Attiyah?
Well, on day one, I definitely will be. I think we're going to have to play as a team. And on day one, obviously, I'll carry a spare hub, I'll carry a spare axle, CVs, stuff like that, alternators, power steering pumps. On day two, obviously, whoever is that first Hummer or team speed car on the road will be the lighter car. The second car will always carry the parts in case if he breaks down, he may need them for himself, or if the other car happens to have a problem, he'll have to stop and give them over real quick. But it's about probably, it's not a lot of weight. When you really think about the thing, I think we carry, 700 pounds of fuel between empty and light. That's about how many pounds of fuel we carry. So if you look at carrying the 75 to 100 pounds of extra spare parts, it's just really not that big of a deal.
Wow. Robby Gordon joins us here in the Speed Freaks pits. Robby, I'm trying to put this in layman terms to where somebody out there that's not a Dakar fan and how grueling.
Or maybe they just don't know it.
They just don't know it, how grueling it is. You've run the Indy 500 and you've run some of the biggest, hottest. What was the Charlotte race, the All-Star, or the
talk about the Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah, the Coca-Cola 600. It's such a long, grueling race.
And Baja.
Crasher, hold on a second. I'm trying to compare those two. Indy 500 people can relate to, and the Coca-Cola 600 they can relate to. How many times over? Like how many Indy 500s, as far as the push and pull on your body, is it? Compare that to running the Dakar. Is it 100 Indy 500s, 100 Coca-Cola 600s? Can you put it in layman terms?
Well, I think the only way to really explain it, and it's hard to explain. This is run by the same sanctioning body that does the Tour de France. It is a 6,000-mile race. 6,000 miles.
Yeah.
So it's basically half of a NASCAR season in 16 days, day after day. But here's where it gets different. At least at a NASCAR track or IndyCar track or even Baja, with our GPSs and the things, the tools we have down there, I've never seen the next corner because you don't get to pre-run. You don't get to run that corner the lap before. You don't have a pit crew on pit lane. In NASCAR races, I think the farthest distance is 2.66 miles away from the next pit stop. Here we have to run, on some days we'll run 500 miles without a pit stop. You really can't compare it to anything else, except for it is a navigational nightmare. It is the toughest endurance race in the world. It's the last true form of endurance racing. We have the 24 hours of Daytona, but the 24 hours of Daytona is maybe 2 days of the Dakar Rally. It's just not that big of a deal.
Incredible.
The Baja 1000 is a long day of the Dakar. Maybe a day and a half of a Dakar. But what we have to do is when we run a Baja 500 or a Coca-Cola 600 or a Bristol Motor Speedway, imagine the next day you got to do another one of them. You got to go to Martinsville and you got to run a 500 lapper at Martinsville. But not only that, the crew has to travel not only from Martinsville, it'd be more like a distance from Martinsville to, could be as far as Daytona Beach, Florida. And then they got to work on the cars again.
And those are paved roads. I mean, imagine if you had to go start at Ensenada and go to La Paz and then the next day turn around and go back and do that for 3 weeks, just back and forth constantly with maybe 1 or 2 rest days in between.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds tough and it's all that, and it is. But, as we've done this going on year 8 now, I look at my guys and it's like, what are we forgetting? Because we've checked our list twice, checked it 3 times. I feel like this is the best prepared we've ever been before. Cars are gone, trucks are gone, spare parts are pre-assembled better than they've ever been in the past. I think our systems are in place. Last year we had a really freak deal with a wheel bearing going out. It's the same wheel bearings that run on my trophy truck, and we never have them fail with 39-inch tall tires. So why do they fail with a 37-inch tall tire and a car that's 1,500 pounds lighter than my trophy truck? It should never fail, but we failed one. And I think it comes down to just the preparation and attention to detail. And this year we ran my Hummer at the Baja 500. We've got our inflation system worked out, the deflation system worked out. The motor, we're better than we were last year on motor. We're another 7 or 8% better than what we were a year ago. So, this is stuff that makes us better prepared. But then when you add Johnny Campbell, Nasser Al-Attiyah, and Lucas Cruz to the team of well-oiled mechanics that understand these vehicles and understand what we're getting into, I think we will definitely be a team to be reckoned with. But there's other good teams out there. BMW is going to be tough. Toyota's going to be tough. There's some overdrive Volkswagens and Toyotas that are going to be there. There'll be 300 cars show up in our class. 300 cars in our class. And somebody will sneak in, and out of 300 cars, somebody will run the whole Dakar Rally, or maybe 3 cars will run the Dakar Rally without any trouble. And that's what you have to do. Is you just can't have driver errors, mechanical errors, can't get stuck too many times, can't burn clutches out, can't brake reverse, can't drive off the road. There's numerous different things that you can't do, and it's not like you can't do them one time. You can't do them day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through day 16. You just can't make any mistakes.